The first item we're going to be talking about today is this gorgeous PCOS fighter keychain. It features an enamel teal ribbon as well as the word fighter, but you can also get warrior, and it also features a boxing glove. It's by FJJ Creations, which I'll link down in the description box. Next up is part 2 of my metformin hacks, and I'm talking about oils. Not just any oils, essential oils. And not just any essential oils, one in particular called Digest Zen. Now this is by doTERRA, and some other oil companies have their own Digest blend, but I have not tried them, so I can't tell you what I think of them. However, Digest Zen by doTERRA is great. They've got a recipe on their website, but basically you mix a few drops in with some fractionated coconut oil, put it in a roller ball, and before bed you roll it on your stomach. Also, try and see if you can get your doctor to have you take your metformin at night. It is a huge lifesaver. Now, if you live in Southern California like I do, you have no doubt been subjected to that late summer heat. And in the past, the way to cool down would be to have an ice-cold soda, but we can't do that anymore because of the sugar. So another great option is sparkling water by Arrowhead or Perrier. Now I say these two brands because they are the only two brands that don't add sodium to their sparkling water. Some brands add a lot of sodium to their water, and that can mess you up later on. Now this 24 pack I got from a store called Aldi here in Southern California, but I'm sure you could find this at Costco. There are 4 different flavors that come in this pack, and my favorite hands down is the raspberry lime. It's also a close second with the lemon. Those two are so refreshing. Now I know a lot of people like to add ice to their sodas. I am not an ice girl. I like to put it in the fridge and then take it out and have it just as it is. I also like to dress it up occasionally with raspberries, mint, blackberry, lemon, really whatever I'm feeling on that day. It makes me feel so spoiled, so girly, and honestly, I don't even miss soda anymore. Next up, we're talking about shoes. This is an incredibly affordable pair by a brand called Champion. I got these at Target for $35. I kid you not. I actually have them in 2 colors. I've got them in black, which you see here, but I've also got them in white, and I convinced my neighbor to get a pair. She has them in gray, which are super cute. They also come in teal, but if you have small feet like I do, 5.5, 6, sorry guys, they are all out. But I'll post links below so you can find out what colors they offer. Now this features a memory foam insert. That's what makes it so comfortable. They are lightweight and super flexible, which makes them perfect for something like Zumba. Now I actually had bursitis a few months ago, and I got these shoes after being diagnosed. I was able to heal from my bursitis while doing Zumba in these shoes. And I've not had a problem with my bursitis since buying these shoes. So I definitely recommend you guys check them out. Now it's time to hear the PCOS story of Soul Sister of the Week, Katie Day, from North Central Indiana. Katie actually sent in her story via email, which I will read for you now.
My name is Katie, and I'm 25 years old. I live in North Central Indiana with my husband Will and our 2 sons Howie, 2, and Liam, 2 months. This is my story. My husband and I got married September 2012. We wanted to enjoy married life, just the 2 of us, before we started our family. Less than a year later, in April 2013, we decided it was time for me to get off of birth control. I had been on it for about 5 years. We were excited for the future and ready to start trying. We both always wanted a big family. After stopping birth control, I never restarted my period until about 6 to 7 months later. I had been going to my family doctor, and my OB was trying to determine why and hopefully get things going. I have hypothyroidism and had gained some weight and developed horrible acne. My doctors put me on hormone creams, progesterone, and Clomid. I eventually did start my period, but I never ovulated. My family doctor encouraged me to lose weight by drinking meal replacement shakes. Finally, in the fall of 2014, my OB suggested I see a fertility specialist after trying for over a year. We met with Dr. Reuter in November of 2014. My husband was checked, even though we were certain it was me. After hearing my medical history and doing a quick ultrasound and lab work, it was determined that I had polycystic ovarian syndrome and was insulin resistant. My doctor explained to me what insulin resistance was and that I was a good candidate for metformin. She said that it would help me lose weight, clear up my skin, and should help me start my cycle, and I was instructed to call her once I started to come in for further testing to make sure my tubes were open. From late November to early January, I had lost about 20 pounds, and my acne cleared up. I was thrilled. I actually never started my period because I was pregnant. My husband and I were so excited and shocked. I continued to take metformin throughout my pregnancy and eventually lowered my dose before delivery. After my son was born, I continued to take that lower dose until I went in for my yearly and expressed to my doctor that we were ready to try again. She upped my dose, and about 3 weeks later, we found out I was yet again pregnant. I know that metformin has mixed reviews, but for me, it is my miracle pill. I would definitely say I am thriving with PCOS. I am so much better off than I was when I was first diagnosed. I was always down on myself. I was unable to get pregnant. I gained nearly 50 pounds in less than 3 years. I had the worst acne of my life, and not only did it look bad, but it was painful as well. I had a doctor who just wouldn't listen. She blamed it all on me being overweight, instead of trying to determine why I had gained so much weight. I am in a much better place. I have 2 beautiful boys and an amazing husband. My confidence is back. I rarely have a pimple, and I am keeping the weight off. If I could say anything to my fellow soul sisters is, hang in there. I know it's hard, and I know everyone says that, and it doesn't make it any easier, but it will get better. PCOS is so complex, and many doctors don't fully understand it or how to treat it. There are many different medicines and ways to treat it, and I know it's exhausting, but there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. It may not be exactly what you've always imagined, but it will be exactly what you need. Just know that you're not alone. We're all in this together.
Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of Soul Sister Sundays. Check back next week to find out how you can use your essential oils to get a good night's sleep. Also, do you like pumpkin spice?
I love it.
Great! Well, we have a ton of pumpkin spice recipes that are PCOS friendly, so you can get down this season. We'll also hear from Soul Sister Leela.